Hello. So in this problem, we are meant to find the tangent of 105 degrees. And just to make it clear what that looks like, because I think it's the first obtuse angle that we've ever dealt with in one of these problems, I'm going to draw it on the unit circle. Just going to draw a messy unit circle here. There we go. Now what's tangent, what's 105 degrees? Let's just draw that. That's going to be kind of like this, right? It's going to be 105. So I would guess that this has something to do with angle subtraction, since this is not an angle that I'm particularly familiar with. So what kind of angle subtraction could this be? And I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to write out our angle subtraction formula. So tangent of alpha minus beta is going to be equal to the tangent of alpha minus the tangent of beta divided by 1 plus tangent of alpha times tangent of beta. Okay, so what could this tangent be? What could 105 be? What two angles could we include here? Well, tangent of 105 should be the same as the tangent of 135 minus 30 degrees, right? And those are two angles that we're familiar with. Remember, 135, and I'm going to draw that one too. In fact, let's choose a different color for that. 135, this angle here, is going to be over here. Because 135 is really just 90 degrees, right? We're going 90 degrees, and then another 45 degrees out here. So it's really just a 45-degree angle that it forms with the x-axis, but in the second quadrant. So tangent of 135 is the same as the tangent of 45, we're talking in degrees, except it's going to be negative because it's in the second quadrant. All right, so let's continue. So let's plug these values into our formula. We have the tangent of alpha minus beta, which is going to be, in this problem, you don't have to write this out when you're actually solving one of these problems, it's the tangent of 135 degrees minus 30 degrees. Let's plug that all in. It's going to be the same as the tangent of 135 degrees minus the tangent of 30 degrees divided by 1 plus the tangent of 135 degrees times the tangent of 30 degrees. Cool. And we know all these values, right? Tangent of 135 degrees is going to be like tangent of 45 degrees, which is 1, except it's going to be negative. A tangent of 30 degrees is pretty easy, right? The sine of, well, actually, let's save that for solving it. So tangent of 135 degrees, we already decided is negative 1, right? Just look at the unit circle. We have an angle of 45 degrees here, which means that our tangent is going to be 1. The opposite side is equal to the adjacent side, except we're in the second quadrant, so cosines are negative, so the tangent is going to be negative 1. All right, then we're subtracting tangent of 30 degrees. Now, tangent of 30 degrees, that's sine over cosine. So sine of 30 degrees, 1/2 divided by cosine, which is square root of 3 over 2. That's just going to give us 1 divided by square root of 3. And then we're taking all of that and dividing by 1 plus tangent of 135 degrees again, right? That's going to be negative 1 times, and tangent of 30 degrees again, that's going to be 1 over square root of 3. Let's simplify this out further. I'm going to pull a negative out of the top, and I'm going to get rid of all the parentheses on the bottom. So that's going to be the same as negative 1 plus 1 over the square root of 3 divided by 1 minus 1 over square root of 3. And we could probably leave it like this, but I don't know, it looks a little messy having the fractions with the bigger fraction and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to simplify this a little further, because we know that this is the same as negative square root of 3 over 3 over, yeah, no, oops, square root of 3 over square root of 3, that's 1, plus 1 over square root of 3, divided by square root of 3 over 3, square root of 3 over square root of 3, oh my gosh, minus 1 over square root of 3. Let's bring that down here. We're going to keep going. Let's combine these terms on the top and bottom. It's going to be the same as negative square root of 3 plus 1 divided by square root of 3 divided by, we have square root of 3 minus 1 over square root of 3. Almost there. We're going to be multiplying by the reciprocal by dividing by this fraction here. So what's going to happen is that, and this should just appear to you, is that this is going to cancel out with this, because we'll be multiplying by the reciprocal of this thing down here. So we'll be multiplying by square root of 3 over square root of 3 minus 1. So square root of 3's will cancel out. And this whole thing is going to be equal to, I'm going to go back to red again. This whole thing is going to be equal to negative square root of 3 plus 1 divided by square root of 3 minus 1. And there's our answer. That is the exact value of the tangent of 105 degrees using radicals and a fraction. And without using a calculator and rounding, we have found the tangent of 105 degrees with our very lovely angle subtraction tangent identity. I hope that this was insightful, and we're going to have a bit of a tougher example coming soon. Thanks for watching.